So what's the Grape Explorer talking about today? So if you follow our format, and you really should, if you like our video content, please subscribe, because we've got a lot more content coming your way. We've only just started. We're just scratching the surface. It's called the Grape Explorer, and basically what we try to do is we identify grape varietals that you might not really know that fly under the radar. We're talking about one today. This is a really interesting wine, and it's coming from the northeast part of Italy. And we're going to show you the big map of Italy. Look how big this is. Look, Italy. It's so huge, but guess what? We're going to zero in on the area right here, and we're right on the border of Slovenia and Austria. This is called the Colli Orientali, and they're in Friuli. This area right here is Friuli. I always said that this is one of the best, or if not the best area in all of Italy for white wines, but a lot of people don't know the reds. And this red is really quite interesting. I remember tasting these wines 20, 25, even 30 years ago, tasting the wines. This is Refosco, and we want to show you on the label here. This is from a really interesting producer. This is called La Roncaglia, and La Roncaglia is dedicated to this grape Refosco. And some people have actually wondered where the heck Refosco came from. They think that it was actually planted by the Romans, and so it wasn't actually called Refosco at the time, but we think it was an actual Roman grape. But yeah, we want to identify and at least show you on the map exactly where this Colli Orientale is. And if you look at some of my videos, I actually do talk about the Colli Friuli area. There's different identifiable zones. But what I didn't really talk about was Refosco, because I think this is a grape that you got to pay attention to, because a lot of people, obviously, if you went to an Italian restaurant and you didn't have the somm come up to you and start talking with you, you probably would say, okay, I'm going to start with I know Chianti, I know Barolo, I know Brunello, I know all these other grapes, but a lot of times you might not pay attention to the red wines of this area, because this is actually a beautiful wine. And I'm going to explain the reason why. Because when you first smell this wine, which is quite unique, and you say, wow, I've never smelled anything like that. It doesn't smell like a Cabernet, it doesn't smell like a Merlot, certainly does not smell like a Sangiovese. No, it takes on its own characteristics. Refosco is very interesting. The first thing I get like almost tobacco and smoke, but I get also herbs, like crushed herbs, which is really interesting right off the bat. I haven't even talked about the fruit yet, right? So we're talking about the fruit also is nuanced in there. You get this plum, deep, rich plum, and it's wild, like wild plum. It's almost like if you tasted a plum and then all of a sudden it just explodes with these beautiful herbal kind of flavors in the plum, which is quite exotic. I would say Refosco is, for me, Italian red wines, if you really want to go to an area and spend, and taste these wines, you will not be disappointed, because these are, now that we have a little bit of global warming, this area was not really known for its red wines. Think about this now. This is an area that's quite cold. Austria here, Slovenia here, so the white wines were always exceptional in this area, right? But guess what? Because you're getting a lot of heat now that's coming up right here. So these grapes are actually getting better and better every year. You're getting more exposure to ripening, which sometimes Refosco didn't ripen properly. I'm talking 20 years ago, it could be like kind of barnyardy. It could be a little like weedy, a little insipid. This wine's full body, power, and just the essence of fruit in this wine. So let's taste it. Wow, cinnamon, spice. This is aged in barrique. But beautiful melted soft tannins, beautiful structured acidity in the back. This is really interesting wine. So if you're out there, look, I know not everybody's gonna go race out and buy a bottle of Refosco. I'm a little adventurous, as you can tell, but I want people to understand why we're here. We are here to explain grape varietals. There are over 1,000 grape varietals in Italy. Yes, over 1,000, Sicily, all the way down here to Apulia, all the way up. you've got over 1,000 great varietals. They need to be explored. You need to try these different wines. That's why we're here, the Grape Explorer. We're here to try to identify wines that you would never, ever see, but at the same time, we want you to try. Again, this Grape Explorer, always looking for great wines to bring to the table, and I think I brought one here today. Cheers.